for a plane wall, what will be the Fourier's law or heat conduction equation? What we came to know, it is nothing but delta T by R. Delta D is the temperature difference, R is the thermal resistance by plane wall, and this R value is nothing but X by Ka. Okay, same thing. If we put this R value delta T by X by Ka, what we got? We will get Ka delta T by X. Okay, same thing. What is the Fourier's law? Same thing. Just for simplicity, we write it as a delta T by R. R is nothing but X by Ka when thermal conductivity is constant. Okay. If the thermal conductivity is not constant, then what will be the R value? This R value is nothing but X by Kma, where Km is equal to mean thermal conductivity. Okay, the Km value, we know that this K value is nothing but K01 plus alpha T for a plane wall. Okay, this is means the K value is not constant and K value is changing with respect to temperature. This is what we discussed for plane wall till now. Next we come to, and we discuss some numericals, 4 to 5 numericals based on that. I already sent you the notes. Kindly prepare those notes. If any doubts, then we'll discuss. Okay, you can ask me anytime. Then composite wall. What is the composite wall? Can anyone say? 2 class before we discussed.
Mixing of walls, more number of walls.
Yeah, mixing of, not mixing. You can say joining of. Okay, joining of multiple walls. Plain wall means single wall is there. Okay, one metal is there, one metal wall is there. Okay. Composite wall means it is the combination, joining, or you can say combination of plain walls. Okay. Suppose this is a plain wall. This is another plain wall, P2. Now we combine with both them in series. Series means what? P1 will be there. After the when the P1 is end, we connect it. P2. Like the welding we are doing now. Two things are we welding. Same. Suppose the two metals are there, then it will be two layers or two plane walls are there. Two plane walls we connected in series. Okay. Parallelly means how we'll connect? One plane wall is there, above it another plane wall will connect. Okay, if this is the direction, okay, if this is the direction we take, then it is connected in series. In this direction, I mean it is connected in parallelly. Okay, it is connected in parallelly. Okay, these are called as composite walls because it is the combination of plane walls. Other examples I can say these three walls, 1, 2, 3 connected in series, or we can say these walls. Here 1, 2 connected in parallelly, and this combination of 1, 2 connected with the 3 in series. Other examples I can say okay. Here what you observe, this plane 1 and plane 2, these are in parallel. Plane 3, 4, 5 connected in parallel. And this 1, 2, the effective of 1, 2, suppose we take this is 1, 2 and this is say 3, 4, 5. Now this and this are connected in series and 6 also in connected in series if this is the direction we take. Okay, you understand? The composite wall means nothing but combination of plane walls, whether in series direction, whether in series method, or whether in series or whether in parallel. It is the combination of different plane walls. Okay, nothing but the composite wall is like that only. So let us take one example. Kindly listen, because based on this composite wall, many problems, numericals will be asked. Okay. Suppose this is a plane wall. Okay, we can say plane wall 1. Suppose the thickness of this is x, or you can say x1. Okay, so suppose we take plane wall 1, suppose the thickness is x1, suppose the thermal conductivity is k1. So we consider the thermal conductivity is constant. Okay, and the area of heat transfer, suppose this is at high temperature. Okay, this is at low temperature. Then how the heat will transfer? It will transfer in this direction from high temperature to low temperature. Suppose the rate of heat transfer is Q. And what will be the area of heat transfer? The area of heat transfer will be always perpendicular to the direction of heat flow. The direction of heat flow is what? From this direction to this direction. This is the direction of heat flow. And the perpendicular direction means this area. This is the area of heat transfer. Okay. Then in this plane wall, okay, in this suppose, okay. So let me take T2 point here. Okay, suppose this is a high temperature, this is a low temperature. While this high temperature and low temperature, suppose you consider this as a graph, in graph paper. This is the temperature scale and this is the distance scale. Okay, then at 0 distance, this is at 0 distance and this is at x1 distance. Taking class. This is at 0 distance, this is at x1 distance. At 0 distance, the temperature is higher, T1. Okay, at x1 distance, the temperature is lower, x2 T2 distance. Okay, this is the temperature profile. At each distance also we determine, at each distance we determine the temperature. This is called temperature profile. Last class we solved this problem. Okay. Okay, suppose this is the case. Okay, CP, this is a temperature profile. Okay, now come to this one. Okay, suppose in this what we called plane wall, what is the resistance? Suppose we say resistance. What will be the resistance? Can anyone say? It will be resistance value. We know that x1 by k1 into A, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the for plane wall, we know that x1 by k1 into A. Then, what is this delta T?
Change in temperature.
Yeah, it will be T1 minus T2. Okay, high temperature minus low temperature. Then what will be the Q value? Suppose the rate of heat transfer is Q1. Okay, Q1. What is really the Q1? We know that del T. Suppose it is del T1. Okay, every notation we are taking 1, 1, 1. So del T1 by R1. Or we can say Q1 is equal to del T1 means T1 minus T2 by R1 means X1 by K1 into A. Is it clear till now? Let me repeat again. Suppose we consider a plane wall which is having thickness x1, certain meter, which is having area, certain meter square, which is having a constant thermal conductivity in watt per meter Kelvin, and let the surface temperatures are T1 and T2 in Kelvin. T1 is higher than T2. Then the heat will flow in this area, heat transfer area. This is the heat transfer area from the temperature T1 to T2. Let the heat flow amount rate will be Q1. Okay. Then R1 is what? Resistance to heat transfer in this wall. It will be x1 by k1, x by k. We know that because k is constant here. Okay, whatever the k value is there. Delta T is what? Overall temperature difference, T1 minus T2. Then Q1 is what? Amount of heat transfer. We know that it is nothing but delta T by R. For plane wall, we already derived this one. Okay, delta T by R. So delta T1 means T1 minus T2, R1 means X1 by K1A. Okay, I think this is easy till now what we discussed. This is about plane wall. So the temperature profile here will be like this. Okay, this is the temperature profile. It means this is at high temperature, this is at lower temperature, and with respect to distance, the temperature is changing. Okay, how it will change? It will change in a decreasing order because the temperature is higher here, temperature is lower here. Okay. So next is, this is about plane wall. Now we consider another wall of same dimension, but with having certain different length, different thickness is connected parallelly in series with this wall. Okay, suppose this is the second wall, PW plane wall 2. Okay, suppose the thickness is X2. Okay, so the second wall thickness X2. Suppose the thermal conductivity is K2. Okay, the both walls have same dimension. So the whatever the area of heat transfer here, the area of heat transfer will be same here. Okay, because the dimension is same. Because the heat will flow from this direction. Okay, after reaching this direction, again the heat will flow from this direction. Okay. Then suppose when we connect, we know that when we connect the two things physically, then the heat will transfer from one point to another point. This is also a conduction. Okay, we are connected this physically, suppose by welding or something, we connect it. Then the heat will transfer from this point to this point. Okay. Then suppose at this point the temperature is T3. Okay. Then what is the temperature profile? Temperature profile will be like this one. Okay. Then for the plane wall 2, what will be the resistance? Suppose the R2. It will be X2 by K2A, because X2 is the thickness, K2 is the thermal conductivity for plane wall 2, and A is the area. Area is constant because we take same dimension, we connect parallelly in series. Then delta T2. Delta T2 means what? Temperature difference. Yeah, T2 minus T3. Delta T2 means temperature difference in plane wall 2. The surface temperature for plane wall are, this is the one surface, this is the one surface. It is T2 minus T3. T2 minus T3. Okay, then Q2 will be delta T2 by R2. Okay. Then the Q2 we can write it, delta T2 means T2 minus T3 by R2. R2, okay. R2 means X2 by K2A. Okay. If same condition, with same condition, we connect another plane wall. Okay, suppose this is the third plane wall. This is the plane wall. This is the plane wall 3. Suppose the temperature at this end is T4. Suppose the length is X3. Okay, the thickness of this plane wall is X3. We connected in series mode only. Suppose K3 is the thermal conductivity, same area, because this heat transfer area means this area. This area. This is the heat transfer area through which, through this only heat will transfer, because we assume one-dimensional flow of heat. Okay, we assume one-dimensional flow of heat. Then, okay, Q2, then what is the temperature profile? This one. Then for this case, what will be the R3? R3 means was a resistance to the heat flow in this plane wall 3. It will be x3 by K3 into A. Then delta T3 is the temperature drop or temperature difference in plane wall 3. The surface temperature of plane wall are T3 and T4. So it will be T3 high temperature minus T4 low temperature. Then Q3 is the amount of heat flow in Q3. It will be delta T3 by R3 for plane wall 3. Or we can say Q3 is equal to delta T3 minus T4 by X3 by K3 into A. Okay, I think this is clear to you guys. Okay, for individual, these are the individual plane walls. Now what we do is we connect them each other. Okay, then this will be the condition. Okay, suppose for examples, let me take. Okay. Yeah. Suppose this is a furnace wall. Okay, inside some furnace is there, and the furnace inside temperature is 800 degrees centigrade. Suppose say, and what we will use? We will use a plane wall. This is the plane wall. Plane wall. One layer we use of certain metal with thickness suppose 10 centimeter. Okay. Suppose this has some thermal conductivity. Then what is the heat transfer area? Heat transfer area will be this much in one-dimensional flow. Suppose outside temperature is what? 30 degrees centigrade. Okay, suppose with this 10 centimeter wall, you will find the outside temperature will be, after some time, it will be 700 degrees centigrade with this 10 centimeter wall. Then do you think that with this plane wall, single plane wall, it will be, this things is effective? It will be not that much of effective, because the outside person, the laborers or the workers, whoever is working, they can't withstand this 700 degrees centigrade. So what we have to do is we have to reduce this temperature. So how we can reduce it? So what we think is one plane wall is not enough. So what we can do is another plane wall we can use. Suppose this plane wall we will use 20 centimeter. Okay. Suppose after, so this plane wall means we just connect another plane wall. So therefore this plane wall is temperature, thermal conductivity K2. Then let outside the temperature, so will be 300 degrees centigrade. Okay. Then again the temperature profile from 700 to 300 degrees centigrade will decrease. Now this will also be not sufficient. So what we can do? Another wall we can use. Suppose the wall temperature is K3. Suppose it will reduce to 80 degrees centigrade. Suppose it is 15 centimeter and thermal conductivity is K3, 80 degrees centigrade. Again we can use another wall. Suppose it will reduce to till 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, the temperature thermal conductivity is K2, suppose that is 5 centimeter. Okay, I think the practical application you came to know now. One single wall may be not sufficient for giving a certain temperature difference. That's why what we are doing is we are connecting the different walls in series or in parallel connection, so that the effective, the overall effectiveness will be overall effectiveness of temperature drop will be less compared to a single plane wall. Okay, so this is the examples of connecting three plane walls. Two plane walls means two plane wall connected in series means this is the example of two plane walls connected in series. Suppose it is K1, K2, the thickness ones K1, X1, X2. Area will be same. The temperature will be T1 here, T2 here, T3 here. And always the T1 will be greater than T2 and T2 will be greater than T3. Okay? Because the temperature is decreased, it will decrease when we connect a wall. Okay, so for this composite wall, we have to determine the Fourier's law. Okay, how to do it? For plane wall, we know that Q is equal to del T by R. R is equal to nothing but X by Ka. Okay, this is for plane wall. For composite wall also, this del T by R is what? This is nothing but Fourier's law. Okay, so for composite wall, for a composite wall, what is the Fourier's law? Suppose say composite wall is made up of connecting three plane walls. Suppose this is, we take a example. Suppose three plane walls are connected in series. Okay, three plane wall. This is the plane wall 1, this is the wall 2, and this is the wall 3. Okay, suppose it is at a temperature T1, this is at a temperature T2. Okay, this is okay, and yeah. Suppose okay. Okay, this is the composite wall. Okay, having the three walls connected. This is the 1, 2 wall and 3 wall. And the temperature at this surface and this surface are T1 and T2. Let the X is the total thickness. Okay, and A is the area of heat transfer. So area is the heat transfer means this area. All have same dimension, so this area we can take. Okay, area of heat transfer. Then Fourier's law, if you apply, we know that Fourier's law is Q is equal to nothing but del T by R. This is the universal formula. Okay, what will be the del T here? Del T will be T1 minus T2, and R will be X. X is this length. Okay, by K into A, where X is equal to total length of composite wall. Okay, K is the effective or overall thermal conductivity. A is the heat transfer area. Okay, heat transfer area you know, because this is the temperature difference T1 and T2. T1 is at high temperature, T2 has lower temperature. Then the heat flow will occurs in this direction. Okay, this direction. So that this is the heat transfer area. Okay. Okay, area you got it. Then delta T means the temperature difference, or you can say delta T means overall temperature difference in composite wall. Okay, why I take overall, and here is also overall conductivity, because we have connected three metals. Three metals have different properties. Okay, three different metals are there. So this metal has thermal conductivity K1, this metal has thermal conductivity K2, and this metal has thermal conductivity K3. So we can't take for this, if you take this full composite wall, we can't take a single K value. Okay, the K value will be depend on this K1, K2 and K3. Okay, and this has thickness X1, this has thickness X2, this has thickness X3. Okay, the total length X will be for composite wall, it will be the summation of individual thickness, isn't it? If we are connected in series, x1, x2, x3, then K is what? Effective thermal conductivity. Okay, what is that effective thermal conductivity means what? For this composite wall, we have to express this K value as a function of this K1, K2, K3. Okay, because K1 and K2 and K3 are individual thermal conductivity. So we have to express one thermal conductivity. That what thermal conductivity will be a function of these thermal conductivities of individual layers. What is that effective thermal conductivity we will determine. Okay. Next is overall temperature difference. We can say if it is okay, let me draw once again. Okay, suppose these are the three walls, wall 1, wall 2, wall 3. What to discuss, this is a composite wall, means the combination of three wall now represent one wall. Yes or no? This is the combination of three wall that will represent one wall. So suppose the temperature here is T1, here the temperature is T2. Okay, suppose this is the x1, this is the x2 length, this is the x3 length. Then what is the total length? Total length will be x. Suppose the thermal conductivity here is K1, K2 and K3. Then what is the overall thermal conductivity? It will be the function of K1, K2 and K3. Okay, that we derive. Okay, don't worry. It will be not the summation. Okay, it will be different. The area of heat transfer, as all the walls having same length, this length. Okay, the area of heat transfer will be same. A. Then what is del T? Del T is what? Overall temperature difference for the composite wall. It will be T1 minus T2. What is the? If you take the composite wall means combination of this wall. What is this side temperature? T1. Other side temperature is T2. So overall temperature difference is T1 minus T2. Okay. Now consider what will be the temperature profile inside this individual wall. So when this temperature is T1, so we can say, suppose the heat will flow here. Okay. Heat will flow in this direction. If this temperature is high, then it will reach to certain temperature after completion of this wall. Suppose the temperature is T2. Okay, then delta T1 means the temperature difference from T1 to T2. It is nothing but T1 minus T2. After some time, what will happen? The heat will again flow, because here this surface is at high temperature, this atmosphere is at low temperature, 30 degrees centigrade. So heat will again flow. Okay, the Q will again flow because this is still at high temperature. Suppose say this is T2 to T3. Okay, K2 with thermal conductivity K2. Then here delta T2 is what? T2 minus T3. Okay, again in this direction, again the temperature will drop. Here delta T is what? T3 minus. Okay, this is T3. This is T3 minus T4. Suppose this is 4. And this is T4 minus T2. Okay. Suppose, okay, this is the delta 3. Suppose example, let me take. Suppose this is at 800 degrees centigrade. And the outside temperature is 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, what is the overall temperature difference? Overall temperature difference means throughout this composite wall. Throughout this composite wall, delta T is 800 minus 50. It is equal to 750 degrees centigrade. Okay. As we know that if you will consider this throughout this composite wall, the temperature will change. Okay, suppose at the end of plane wall, the temperature reaches 600 degrees centigrade. Okay, because the temperature will gradually decrease because the heat is flowing, means the temperature will gradually decrease, suppose 600 degrees centigrade. So what is the delta T1? Delta T1 is what? The temperature difference in the plane wall. It is 800 minus 600. Is nothing but 200. Okay. Now suppose this temperature is 100. Because again the temperature will decrease. Okay, 100. Then what is the delta T2? It is nothing but 600 minus 100. Or we can say 500 degrees centigrade. Okay. Then delta T3 will be 100 minus 50. Or you can say 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, is there any confusion in it? Then please tell me. Is there any doubt till now? Okay.
Sir, why should we take it T2? Can we take T2 as T4?
Yeah, this is nomenclature means. This is we take I name this is T1. This is T2. This is T3. This is T4. Whatever you want, you can take. This is a nomenclature I take. Okay. But the things you have to remember is the temperature will decrease from this to this. Okay. You are asking why we take T2, not T4. Is this the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just take this nomenclature. This is T1, T2 because overall you have to calculate, and T3 and T4 are intermediate temperature. Okay.
Okay.
First, because we are here considering the composite wall, isn't it? So composite wall is this one. Okay. So the surface temperature of this composite wall, I take T1 and T2. Now it's okay. I start from this point. Next, I told you that this composite wall is made up of 3 layers. Let the inner layer temperatures are T3 and T4. Okay. First, we took composite layer because we are discussing composite layer. That's why the T1 and T2 are surface temperatures. T1 and T2 we took. In the plane wall also we took T1 and T2, the surface temperature. Okay, same notification I took here. Next temperature, that is the surface temperature, I considered T3 and T4. Okay, so now here we can say this delta T, we can write it, this delta T is nothing but equal to delta T1 plus delta T2 plus delta T3. Okay, or you can say the overall temperature difference. Overall temperature difference means this T1 minus T2. Okay, this T1 minus T2. What it came in this example? 750. 750 is equal to delta T1. Delta T1 means what? The temperature difference in wall 1. It is T1 minus T3. T1 minus T3. What it came? In the example, it is coming 200 degrees centigrade. Plus delta T2 means temperature difference in wall 2. In wall 2, it is how much? T3 minus T4 or 600 minus 100 is equal to 500. Okay, plus delta T3 in temperature difference in a plane wall. It is T4 minus T2 or 100 minus 50. 50 T4 minus T2. Okay. So if you add these things, you see the overall temperature difference 750. Here also 200 plus 500, 700 plus 50, it will also come 750. Okay, or here we can, if you open this bracket, you will have a T1 minus T3 plus T3 minus T4 plus T4 minus T2. This minus plus it will cancel, so we will get T1 minus T2 only. Okay, so in the composite wall we can write delta T, or the overall temperature difference throughout the composite wall will be equal to individual temperature difference. Okay, if the two walls will be there, suppose two walls are there, this is T1, T2 and T3, then what will be the delta T? It will be T1 minus T3. Delta 3 is overall temperature difference of composite wall. Okay, delta T1 is what? The temperature difference in plane wall 1. This is T1 minus T2. Delta T2 will be temperature difference in wall 2. This is T2 minus T3. So delta T we can write delta T1 plus delta T2. The overall temperature difference will be equal to the sum of individual temperature difference. Overall temperature difference in composite wall is equal to sum of individual temperature drops in individual walls. Okay. Now previous case we determined delta T1. What is the value of delta T1? If you go here, yeah, here we discuss what is discussed? Yeah, this Q1. Q1 is equal to delta T1 by R1. Then what will be delta T1? Q1 by R1. Similarly, delta T2 will be Q2 by R2. Delta T3 be Q3 by R3. Okay. So we can write this delta T1 is equal to Q1 R1. Delta T2 will be Q2 R2 plus delta T3 will be Q3 R3. And delta T is what? Overall temperature difference. That we take, suppose this overall temperature difference is, this one we take, no? Yeah. For composite wall, the overall temperature difference is delta T by R. So it will be Q into R. This for overall composite, this is the heat transfer Q, and the delta T is the overall temperature difference for the composite. Okay, the right hand side we are using for composite. This is the overall temperature difference for composite. It will be Q is equal to delta T, the overall temperature difference by overall resistance. Okay, so Q into R. Delta T1 is what? This temperature difference here, it is nothing but the heat transfer here into resistance of here. It is Q into R1, Q into R2, Q into R3. Okay, now we will take assume, let us take assume the heat transfer is in steady state. Steady state means what? You know that Q will be constant. Q constant means the amount of heat flow Q is equal to Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3 by assuming steady state heat flow. Okay, then we can write this Q is equal to Q into R is equal to QR1 plus QR2 plus QR3. Okay, or we can say this Q into R is equal to Q into R1 plus R2 plus R3. or we can write this R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So what do we observe here? This R is what? Overall resistance by composite wall is equal to sum of resistance of individual walls. Okay, please remember these things. Okay, and what will be the R value again? Suppose say X by K for overall composite wall, it will be X1 by K1 into A plus X2 by K2 into A plus X3 by K3 into A. Okay, this is the formula for overall thermal resistance offered by the composite wall. Okay. Is there any doubt? Roll number 5?
No, sir.
Okay, Pavani? Not listening. Jiban? Okay. So let me conclude. Please, if you are not understand, then let me I am just concluding what we discussed today. Please listen it carefully so that you can overall you can understand once again. Suppose one plane wall, two plane walls are there. Okay, this is wall 1, this is wall 2. This has thickness x1, this has thickness x2, this has thermal conductivity K1, this has thermal conductivity K2. Okay, and suppose this is the temperature difference here, delta T1, and this is the temperature difference here, delta T2. Okay, and the heat transfer area is A and A. Suppose the Q1 is the heat flow here, and Q2 is the heat flow here. Suppose this A1 and this is A1, this is A2. Then we know that Q1 will be delta T1 by R1. Or delta T1 we know that, suppose this is the T1 and T2, it will be T1 minus T2 by R1 is what? X1 by K1 into A1. Okay, these things you know. Similarly, if you take this T3 and T4 surface temperature, then Q2 will be delta T2 by R2. Delta T2 is what? T3 minus T4. Okay, by R2. R2 is what? X2 by K2 into A2. Okay, this is the if the plane walls are individual plane walls. Now what we do is we just combine these two plane walls. Suppose say we combine these two plane walls to form a composite wall. Suppose this is the composite wall. Composite wall means what? It is the combination of two walls, but the effective will be one wall. Okay. Suppose that suppose by combining these two walls, so we combine these two things, okay, and we form one wall. Suppose the thickness of this wall is X. Okay. Suppose the temperature, what will be this temperature? Suppose say T1 and T2. Suppose. Okay. Suppose the K means what? The effective or overall thermal conductivity of this wall. And R is what? The overall resistance of this wall. Okay, so in this case, then Q will be what? Q will be delta T by R, same formula, Fourier's law. Here delta T is what? T1 minus T2. Okay, by R is what? R is meant the overall thickness by overall thermal conductivity by overall resistance. This R is what? Overall resistance. Okay. This R is, this delta T is for this composite wall. This will be T1 minus T2, the surface temperature, T1, T2. X is what? R is the what? Overall resistance. Overall resistance will be X by K into A. This is the X, total length. K is the effective or overall thermal conductivity. R is the overall resistance. So X by K. Okay. Now these things we have to determine. What is the value of overall resistance and what is the value of overall thermal conductivity? Okay, because the T1 and T2 you know that. This is the high temperature and this is low temperature. And X is what? X is nothing but the summation of individual walls. Okay. X is what? Summation of individual walls. Suppose this thickness is X1, this thickness is X2. Okay. Individual wall, but the overall R and overall K value we have to determine. Okay, how to determine this, that we are derived today. So for that, what we consider is, suppose this delta T is the overall temperature difference. It will be equal to the temperature difference here plus the temperature difference here. Or you can say delta T1 plus delta T2. Okay, the overall difference is T1 minus T2. Okay, suppose this T1 minus T2. Suppose the interface temperature is T3. Then delta T1 will be T1 minus T3 plus T3 minus T2. Okay. Then this delta Tu is what? Q into R. Q is the overall thermal overall amount of resistance into overall resistance. It will equal to delta T1 means for plane wall 1, it will be Q1 into R1 plus for plane wall 2, Q2 into R2. So let us consider steady state condition. Then the heat flow will be constant. Okay, then we can write Q is equal to R is equal to Q into R1 plus Q into R2. Or we can write R is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay. R is what? This is the overall resistance. So overall resistance will be the sum of individual resistance. Okay. Or we can say X by Ka. X is what? Total length is equal to this is what? K is the overall thermal conductivity into area is equal to X1 by K1 into A plus X2 by K2 into A. Okay. And yeah. So let us solve one numerical. Okay. So another important thing we have to discuss. Please note it. We are considering the steady state. Okay. Steady state means what? The rate of heat flow, overall heat flow will be same as Q1, Q2, Q3. Again, we know that Q is equal to what? Del T by R. Okay. Q1 is what? Del T1 by R1. Q2 is what? Delta T2 by R2. And Q3 is what? Delta T3 by R3. So we can write this delta T by R is equal to delta T1 by R1 is equal to delta T2 by R2 equal to delta T3 by R3. Okay, please remember these things. and R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 if connected in series. But what if it is connected in parallelly? It will be, overall resistance will be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 if the walls are connected in parallelly. Okay.